Protests are taking place across Minneapolis today.
A U.S. immigration officer has shot dead a woman.
In the heart of Minneapolis, a routine traffic check turned deadly encounter between federal agents and a local resident erupted into unthinkable tragedy. Gunshots ringing out, a life abruptly ended. As conflicting accounts clash, protests swell, one burning question hangs in the air. How did America's intensifying immigration crackdown turn deadly on an American citizen? And how did President Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, along with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, react to this incident? Join us as we unravel the details and the broader implications. Minneapolis, a city already scarred by past police violence like the 2020 killing of George Floyd, now faces fresh turmoil. Renee Good, a recent transplant from Colorado, was not an immigrant or a target of deportation. She was a U.S. citizen driving her SUV when she encountered ICE agents conducting a sweep. According to the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Good allegedly accelerated toward officers, attempting to ram them, prompting one agent to fire in self-defense.
What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle.
Yet, eyewitnesses and preliminary video paint a different picture, one of panic, miscommunication, and tragedy. Why was ICE operating so aggressively in a city not known for border issues? And how did a traffic clash escalate to lethal force? Renee Nicole Good was more than a statistic. She was a vibrant 37-year-old mother to a 6-year-old son and 2 other children, a published poet who had just moved to Minneapolis seeking a fresh start. But the unnamed ICE agent, part of a massive deployment of over 2,000 officers to the area, claimed he feared for his life. To understand this, we need context. Under President Trump's second term, immigration enforcement has ramped up dramatically. Minneapolis, labeled a sanctuary city by critics, became a focal point for what DHS calls its largest ever operation. President Trump's response. Hours after the shooting, Trump posted on social media, defended the ICE agent, describing Renee Nicole Good as very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, and claiming she violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. He called a nearby screaming woman a professional agitator, stated the injured agent was recovering in the hospital, and blamed the radical left for threatening law enforcement. These claims, including the vehicle ramming and injuries, have been contradicted by bystander videos. In stark contrast, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey unleashed a fiery rebuke. After viewing the video, Frey called DHS's self-defense claim bullshit, demanding ICE get the fuck out of Minneapolis. He accused federal agents of recklessly endangering residents and spinning the narrative. Frey emphasized de-escalation, urging peaceful protests while vowing to fight for local control.
Is that a 37-year-old woman is dead and that she was shot by ICE. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed. There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis.
His words resonated with Democrats who condemned the Trump administration for prioritizing enforcement over safety. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz strongly condemned the fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good by an ICE agent, calling it totally predictable and totally avoidable. He disputed the federal narrative, stating he'd seen the video and urging the public, "Don't believe this propaganda machine." Walz expressed shared anger with Minnesotans. "I feel your anger. I'm angry." urged peaceful protests to avoid giving the Trump administration pretext for escalation, and declared the state doesn't need any further help from the federal government.
Do not need any further help from the federal government. This morning we learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We have been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety, that someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life. To Minnesotans, I say this: I feel your anger. I'm angry. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough.
J.D. Vance aggressively defended the ICE agent, calling the shooting justified self-defense after Renee Good allegedly tried to ram officers with her SUV. In a combative White House briefing and social media posts, he shared new video footage, accused the media of gaslighting, blamed far-left radicals and left-wing networks for radicalizing her, described her death as a tragedy of her own making, and praised the agent as a hero who deserved gratitude despite prior injuries from similar assaults. He sharply criticized Tim Walz, dismissing the Minnesota governor as a joke whose administration was fraudulent and incompetent.
She was trying to ram this guy with her car. He shot back. He defended himself. He's already been seriously wounded in law enforcement operations before, and everybody who's been repeating the lie that this is some innocent woman who was out for a drive in Minneapolis when a law enforcement officer shot at her, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Look, Tim Walz is a joke. His entire administration has been a joke. The idea that he's some sort of freedom fighter, he's not. He's a guy who has enabled fraud and maybe, in fact, has participated in fraud. That's what this new Assistant Attorney General position is going to find out. I don't care what Tim Walz says. I care about getting to the bottom of this fraud for the American people, and I care about enforcing the nation's immigration laws. That's what we're going to stay focused on.
As Minneapolis grapples with grief and anger, one question lingers. Will this be a turning point for accountability, or another chapter in America's divided justice system? Trump's and Frey's reactions epitomize the chasm: defense versus defiance. Stay informed, demand transparency, and reflect. In the pursuit of security, how many lives are too many? Share your thoughts, subscribe for more, and let's seek truth together.